We were just back online for a little while. The light turned green.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
That is us.
So what does that mean if you're at home?
Nothing.
Is there like
No.
there's like 3 hours of dark and then suddenly it comes back on? Who's at
Okay.
home like I'm going to wait this out. I'm going to see if it comes back.
I promise. If somebody watched 3 hours of darkness
God love you.
and saw this screen grab, which I will take a picture of, and if you can prove to me, and this is real, I'm not kidding around. If you can prove to me that you saw this, I will give you $100 credit at Gods and Monsters store.
Somebody in their home just fell over and is trying to take a screen grab of this right now.
That shows who's watching, right? It says 0. Oh, look, we're live. We're live. We're live. It says we're live.
Now, the most recent thing was, this was hours ago, though. And it's frozen.
Yes.
Wonder if it's been recording the audio the whole time.
No, because it actually said offline for see, it says offline again.
Okay, look, 15.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So right now it says 0. I just said John Travolta. So it says offline. So we're offline. All right. So for some reason, the
Fail.
Ewoks have strung up these guys, Luke and Han, like
yes.
pigs.
They're going to serve them as dinner in honor of their new golden god that they've just found in the woods.
That makes total sense.
Yes. Well, think about it, you know nothing about technology.
Wait. Why is Leia there?
Remember, she was found in the woods earlier by the little Ewok. You missed that part.
I wasn't paying attention.
They all went back to the same village. They're in downtown Ewok village here. Downtown Dagobah? No.
No. What is the Ewok
Endor.
planet?
Endor. They're in downtown Endor right now,
Okay.
where everybody congregates. So
And Luke is
Luke's using his
making
power
this
here.
guy a total god?
right now he is, for sure. Before they thought he was a god because they've never seen the color gold before, living in the woods their whole lives, their whole generation. I would have thought, though, as small as the Ewoks were, that they would look at Chewbacca and say, oh, he's our god.
You would think.
Chewbacca cannot
Because
catch a break in these movies.
He really appears like he would be a giant
Right, version of them.
Ewok.
Right.
So if some humanoid looking person who was 16 feet tall,
Right. You would worship them. You should be
I would.
You should be fearing the machines.
Yeah.
Not worshiping them. But
No.
but he comes up out of the woods and he's all gold and it's like golden like the sun and they worship him.
Oh,
okay, I
and
get
they
it.
get to make out for why?
Because they
I
haven't
don't
had a chance to get together yet.
Yeah.
See, look, he's happy, he's smiling. Look, Luke's doing fine.
I feel like sex was so much easier then because
She was the
like,
only woman in the universe.
if you're fighting a galactic war and you've got shit to do, and then when you have like 10 minutes downtime, it's like, this is it. Now. We have to do it now.
Wasn't there a scene like that in the second
Matrix. Yeah,
movie
yeah,
where it's like,
Oh my
God, man,
okay,
we've had a tough day.
So,
They get in the elevator and
Morpheus,
it's like, it's on.
Morpheus just talked a bunch of bullshit, and now everybody's dancing to rave music. Let's fuck.
Right.
I think that's the way that worked. Yeah.
And there's really no other time. I mean, they get
Yeah.
they get in the elevator and the doors
oh my
close.
God, yeah, they drop everything. And it's like, oh, let's kiss.
Right. We don't have any time together. I mean, we're fighting the villains that are going to take over the world.
Let's tongue kiss.
Finally, we got a few minutes to ourselves.
Nope.
It's
90
tough.
seconds.
It's tough being the one because there's like people are always bringing you
know,
gifts and they
maybe
want your
that's why-
autograph.
maybe that's why you don't want to be Jesus.
Right.
Because first you have to wash people's feet. What are you doing? Oh,
I
that's
know.
all-
Well, it was unmarked the whole time.
No,
I just
I know,
moved it.
I
I
know,
moved it.
I
I know.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm noticing how dark this third movie is because I'm not seeing a lot of like Hoth was bright and I can clearly see the screen, but as these movies get darker, I'm having a hard time seeing at this angle.
I'm just getting a lot of reflection. Hoth, wait a minute. Hoth, was that the ice planet?
Yes.
Okay, well, obviously that was white.
Right.
Everything was white.
I'm realizing now how dark the rest of these movies were. I mean, when were they, except for during Jabba's palace in the sun? Everything else is dark and
Look,
woods and
I gotta say,
Death Star.
after seeing these movies now again, 20-ish years
Sure.
after I've seen them the first time, I'm jaded.
Well, we saw them when we were much younger.
Yeah, and they were.
And Lucas has always said these movies were for
They were for
children,
children.
and that's why he made those episode 1, 2, and 3 more children-like, and the Jar Jar, but all those kids who loved his movies in the 70s grew up and they're adults now, and they wanted an adult movie and they didn't
Exactly.
get it.
Yeah.
And
we can only hope that J.J. Abrams understood and learned from the mistakes of the past. That
right.
the audience has grown up, and now we're in our late 30s, early
Right.
40s,
Ugh.
even 50s.
Sure.
And we want an intelligent film. We
Right.
don't want to be pandered to. We don't want to have some stupid redneck CGI character step in dog crap and
Right.
say, "Ooh, good."
So when Lucas showed his treatment after he sold the company, he showed his treatment to J.J. Abrams and the
Right.
producers. They said, thanks, but no thanks.
Thank you very much.
We're
Mr.
making a movie for the fans, is what they said. And apparently the treatment that he gave them wasn't going to be about that.
Well, that's
So Lucas had the
Scary.
opportunity to make 6 films, and for him, sadly, he doesn't get to see it completed. Like, here's 1 through 6, and then 7, 8, 9. This is how it's all going to end. And they're like, nah, actually, no, it's not going to end that way. We're going to make it our own way.
and I almost feel for Lucas.
I do too.
because obviously he had an idea.
Right. He had a master plan.
He did, but okay. So why didn't he make 7, 8, 9 right away?
Because of the
after?
backlash that he got. He directed 1, 2, and 3 and was getting hammered every time the movie came out.
Yeah, but three came out in what, 2007? Do we have that? Do we
is
do
that
we
on
have
our
that
list?
information?
Yes, we do.
We do. It was
5.
in 2000.
20 years?
No.
No.
Oh, 2005. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
10 years ago.
Okay.
It just passed its 10th
Great,
anniversary.
okay. So, look, I don't know if he wanted to wait a considerable amount of time between trilogies,
I wish he hadn't.
but he had every opportunity.
Right.
It's not like 20th Century would have said, you know what, sir, I think we should wait.
But maybe who would have passed, though, may have been Harrison Ford. He was in his prime years of doing other movies, and I don't know if he
Hold
would
on,
have been
though.
in.
Yeah, that's my point, though. Would Harrison Ford even have a part in Part 7 of Lucas's Star Wars
Oh, okay.
saga?
It may have gone on to
So
something
that-
else.
I mean, that was J.J. Abrams' idea, was to include the same characters.
right. Like he
So-
said, a movie for the fans.
Right. Who knows?
All right. Interesting.
Um,
Do you know much about what Rogue One is? That's the next film to come out.
that
Star
is-
Wars Rogue One.
That is supposed to be.
I'm just as excited for that movie as I am for the one coming out next week. It's going to be.
Thought I knew something.
It's
about
going
it.
to be. The movie is going to be about the people who stole the plans of the original Death Star and got them to Princess Leia.
Oh.
It's going to be the story of how they acquired those plans, which means it's all going to, or at least should look like, what Star Wars looked like in 1977. The ships
Look.
should look like that. The Death Star should look like that. Everything should look like that.
Here's the thing: when you make a movie about filling a hole in information, it's like when I watched The Matrix, I thought it was amazing.
Sure.
And then Matrix Reloaded came out. It was still pretty amazing.
Right, but it had to live up to the expectations of.
True. Right before the Matrix Reloaded came out, they put out a series of animated films, and
Lost
one of
you
them.
again here.
Okay. One of them was called the Last Flight of the Osiris, and that was the story of how. What was the?
Talking about the animated.
Yeah, animated. It was the story of how the information got to. What is the main place where everybody lives?
Yeah, the orb.
Anyway, where everybody lives. It was the main story of how the information got that they were drilling, the machines were drilling down to attack where everybody was living.
Right.
And great. That was great as a short. It was like a 7 or 9 minute short. But to create an entire movie to fill a hole in a wide story arc seems like it's a waste of everybody's time, because
Right.
everybody knows what happened before and everybody knows what happened after, and that hole is not that large. It's not that
No.
big of a time, and just to show what happens in that hole seems like it's only for the most diehard fans,
Right.
because who cares? I mean, we already know how we already know that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
How it happened, are we really all that concerned?
They seem to think we were.
And fine, and you could make a great movie about it, but then it's really just fodder.
It is.
to get us from one place to another, because there's a hole there.
There's always disappointment with the things that we love. We
Now,
love.
that's
We
not-
loved The Matrix.
Yeah, I like the Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Matrix Reloaded. I didn't like so much Revolutions, but
Right.
that's just because I think they built themselves.
They painted themselves into a corner. And
They did, and they had no idea how to end
Right.
it.
What are we going to do? Well, let's have Smith fight Neo again.
And they've done that for 2 films. So,
Right.
like, what's new?
Right.
We'll do it in the rain.
I mean, they went with the darker ending though, which
It was dark.
It was the ending
Everybody
was
died.
everybody died. Guess what? No happy ending. Nobody's getting a medal putting on them, and everybody's going to applaud at you at the end. You dead. We're going to reboot the Matrix again.
You dead. Did you just say you
Yeah,
dead?
you did.
Okay. Fair.
But I think at that point, people had already left the train.
I think they were unhappy with how Reloaded ended.
Yeah.
In that stupid cliffhanger, which made no sense whatsoever.
But they just did that because, well, we have to end it somewhere because the next movie's coming out.
Ugh. Maybe they shouldn't have made another movie. I really enjoyed not the source, but the architect. Even though his ridiculous monologue was ridiculous, I enjoyed it because it made no sense.
Right.
But it sort of made sense. So in a way, I kind of wish they could have figured out a 20.
Come in, have a seat. You want to sit with us?
Yeah.
We're just
I-
people coming off the street, sitting and talking with us today. How are you?
Pretty good, you? That's it.
We're going to turn your mic on here. So let us know what's your name and where you're from.
My name's Mike.
Mike?
Hey, Mike.
I'm down to one camera mic, so I'm going to
No,
try and
fine.
get all of us in this
Well,
shot. Hang on.
I got one more thing I can do. Hold on.
All right. I'm going to put this camera on Mike. Mike is visiting Gods and Monsters tonight. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from here in Orlando.
Oh, very good. Have you been to the store before?
Yeah, once.
All right, Greg's going to put another battery in there. Are you here with anyone?
Yeah, they're like further down.
Oh, I was going to say, if you want to have them join, come on over. What we've been doing is we've just been doing a live. We tried to do a live show. It ends up it's going to be on tape now because our Wi-Fi cut out.
Oh, man.
So we're recording it. It'll be up on Gods and Monsters YouTube page. All these interviews that we're doing today, we're
You have a
still
YouTube
recording
page?
them. Yeah, the Gods and Monsters YouTube page. It's called Gods Monsters Show. Is the name of the YouTube page. This is. What's wrong? Are you out of space? It's not the battery? Oh, well, we've done a 5+ hour show. That explains it. So the Facebook page is the Gods and Monsters Facebook page, of course, and we always link every episode on their Facebook page. But our YouTube page is called Gods Monsters Show, and we're up to, this is episode 51 today.
Wow.
We usually do them on Fridays, but we thought they're going to do the Star Wars marathon today, so we'll come on down here. We'll watch the marathon ourselves on our little DVDs.
Oh, which one is this?
This is the third one. We're at the end of Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi now. We're getting close to the last half hour of the film. Good. We got our camera back.
Found it, actually. Subscribe right now.
Yes. So we had it live for a while, but I don't think it's coming up as live anymore on the YouTube page. So what I'm going to do is go back and I'll edit this together as if it was a live episode, which is what we normally do.
Well, do
Anyway,
it live. Do it live.
so what brings you to Gods and Monsters today?
Look around, shop a bit.
You said you've been here before?
Yeah.
And you live here in the Orlando area? That's good. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes, I've seen the prequels first,
Yes.
and then I saw the original.
Oh,
Okay.
so
I
you
haven't
did
seen them
it
a
in
couple
order.
years.
You did them in the 1 through 6 order. Very
Yeah.
good, because he was probably not around when the original movies
No,
came
I
out.
wasn't.
Oh, well, are you young?
I'm 18.
Oh, my goodness.
He was not
That's
around.
ridiculous.
Let's see. I'm going to do the math
around
here
for
real
the
quick.
third.
You were born in 98.
97.
Okay, 97.
Need my
That's
social?
So in
Right
97,
before episode 1 was
episode 1 came
released.
out when he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. I was 6 when the first movie came out. All right, that's cool. So
I had graduated high school before that.
do you have plans to see the movie during opening week, or do you have tickets yet?
I did, and then my parents ended up deciding to go to New Jersey, like for the break.
What?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Hold on. Time out. So you had tickets.
I was going to buy them. And
Oh,
then they
okay.
said-
Oh,
and it's
okay,
like,
okay.
hey, that'd be cool and all, but
We're
you
leaving
sort of
town.
buy tickets, yeah.
Yeah,
well, well, they got movie theaters in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch them up there.
All right, so give us your thoughts. Have you been following the trailers that have been coming out for the new films?
I really
you
like
have.
them.
Because I have not. I've avoided them because I learned at a younger age when I worked at a movie theater. If you watch the trailers, there's no reason to, because you don't have to sell me on this movie. I'm going to go see it. I want to see it as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I want to know nothing about it. But you're following the trailers.
Yes.
And has it helped with the excitement, or do you feel like you've started to see too much of it now?
I felt like for at least the teaser and
The teasers?
and the first, I think, two,
Uh-huh.
they're pretty good. They sold me on it, but when I saw the third one, I feel like they showed a little too much.
A little too much.
Yeah.
See, I've avoided that. So
I'm seeing a pattern of that where it's like
Other
I don't
movies.
Know, I don't know why the studios need to show so much. It's like you're gaining interest, and then no reason to go over the top and
Right.
show so much. I mean, it's not like people need to know that, hey, there's a movie coming out. It's
Yeah.
called The Force Awakening. You can't escape it. It's at Burger King. It's
Right.
in everywhere. It's at Target.
What do you think if, like, would people's heads have exploded if they just did zero promotion for this movie and just said, just come out on
Absolutely.
opening day? People would be like, oh my God, what is this? But then again, there'd be no BB-8s under everybody's Christmas tree this
That
year.
is true.
Right, and we know everything about that. My mom gave me, every year she gives us Christmas ornaments. She gave me the Christmas ornament for, who's the new bad guy? Kylo
Kylo Ren.
She gave me that Christmas ornament. Like every year she gives us different ornaments. She's given me that. I mean, that's, a movie hasn't even come out yet, and I have
know.
that Christmas ornament. And I'm
what
trying not to see the trailers.
I think
but
is a little ridiculous about like trailers is that they have trailers for trailers now, like those teaser trailers.
Yeah.
I think it's a little ridiculous.
But you were mentioning, Greg, they're just jumping the shark with this, and the other example you gave was Superman and Batman. They're giving away way too much. Look at that. It looks like we're back up online now, it says.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
we're,
great.
We're here.
Zero people watching because for 3 hours it was blackness.
Tweet it out,
Tip it
maybe.
a little bit order.
No. I mean,
The
we're,
thing
we're
is,
almost done.
we're only on the Wi-Fi at the store, and it just keeps cutting out. So, which is why we, as a backup, we record everything, and we'll just edit these videos together later on Gods and Monsters page. So every Friday we usually like to come out here, but since there was the big event here, we thought we'd come out on a Saturday. Have you ever come out here on a normal night of the week, or do you
I don't
come out
think
here
so.
for an event or
You
anything?
come out here for during like weekends, just
That's
shop around.
All right, that's good. Did you get a chance to walk through the mall today? I
Yeah.
want to know what's going on at the Artigan Mall here. Anything else? Anything that stands out in your mind
I like
that you saw
beef
today?
jerky outlet.
Yes.
Beef jerky outlet.
That's the best.
I
Yeah.
had no idea that was even
Is it
here.
is it
I
a
might
kiosk?
Have to go.
They have a
No,
kiosk here, or it's a
actual
store?
store.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So you
see,
can go in, you can get samples of like I think they said they had like 23 jerkies. And
You had no idea, did you?
See, we do the show from about 7 till sometimes 9 at night
On Friday nights when the mall's closed.
And the mall
Oh.
closes sometime between that, and I never get a chance to walk around and see everything. I like beef jerky.
Yeah.
I might like to go to the beef jerky.
Oh, it's
store.
really good.
So, okay, let's go specific. Gods and Monsters. What is if you had a genre, if you had a specific that you enjoy from nerd culture, what would it be? Like, what are you into?
Comic books or
I'm into a lot of video games.
Oh, okay, good.
Great, good. Let's go there. What are you playing lately?
Fallout 4.
Once again, that's not the first time we've
is-
heard that today.
A lot of people are really
And
enjoying
I really
that.
want to get Battlefield.
I
Star Wars
know.
Battlefront. I haven't gotten it yet.
Are you a player of like Fallout 3 and
Yeah, I
and
played
the other
Fallout 3. I haven't played the original, which are like those over the top RPGs.
Yeah.
I haven't played those, but I've seen Let's Plays of them.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
And Fallout 4, what are you seeing in Fallout 4 that's making it worth your $60 for paying for it? Wait a
think-
minute. First of all, you bought it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fair question.
I own it.
This day and age, it's a fair question.
You know what though? Lately, it is nearly impossible to pirate video games.
Yeah.
Right.
So it used to be a situation in the 90s that you could just like go on some BBS and download it, and it's like, oh, okay, you just have to put in this code and you're good to go. But
You're right.
with the digital downloads and the Steams and the what's the other Steam? It's not Steam. But
Origins?
yeah, Origin.
Yeah, but it's EA.
And you probably play on next gen consoles and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's almost nearly impossible to pirate that stuff. But yeah. So what are you seeing in Fallout 4 that you really love?
I like how it stuck to really like the original, like, or not really original, but like it stuck to like Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
How it's new, but it's the same.
Is it a continuing story? I understand that this is almost like it's almost like a midquel, like a pre. It's not a prequel so much, but it tells a story of how Fallout happened.
Like a side story, but it's
Sort
continuing.
of. It's like you see different perspectives throughout like the 3 games of different parts of the U.S. Once they've been nuked. Well, the third one was more like, oh, you lived in the vault, it's been nuked, go out there and explore.
Okay.
Right.
Second one, similar, and then, New Vegas. And then fourth, it's like, oh, you are living in the world, and then, oh, you're going to get nuked. You go in the vault, and then you come out because you're forced to. And then, so, you see why everything happened throughout, like, the game. And then you get to actually play the game.
And where does the dog come from? Obviously, the dog.
It's just there.
The
It's just
dog
there.
wasn't in the shelter with you, so
No.
like, how did the dog survive? Was it in a refrigerator?
I don't know, you just meet at like a gas station,
See
and
what I
then
did there?
it's just
See what I
right
did
See
there.
what he did there.
He was in a gas station.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe radioactive dog.
Yeah.
I don't
Sure,
know.
sure.
That'd be cool.
All right, so of course that's one of the more popular games this year. You said you'd like to get into Battlefront. My
Yeah.
problem, of course, maybe it's some other people's problems, is I have a PlayStation 3.
only.
It's only on the 4, and I have the 3, and I haven't made the leap yet to the 4.
Come on, man! It's $300.
I can't spend that
the
money.
Merry
I gotta-
Christmas
it's-
to Art.
Yeah. For just 50 cents a day, you at home.
You
can get me a
support
PlayStation
this
4.
man to play Battlefront.
Hey, we already got a painting given us today. I can't ask for much more.
That's
This-
really cool.
Yeah,
I
one
thought
of the
you
artists
made that here.
No, one of the local artists
No.
happened to see us podcast here. He came by and he says, "I love what you guys do," and he gave it to us.
Wow.
I recommend that
So
stays
generous.
here, and then
I agree.
every podcast we do for the next year,
We'll bring it
that's
out
gonna
with a
be-
tablecloth
yeah,
each time,
absolutely.
and we'll just bring it out here,
That's
and
really
we'll
nice.
remind everybody every episode who made that and what the business card says on the inside because they have a business right here.
And I'll point out again that this at right here. This
Yes.
This is Art's personal toy from 1980.
Yes.
This is a
Wow.
35-year-old
35-year-old. The show's almost over. I'm going to grab it and show you that it still works.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
continue.
We have not yet had the demonstration that he threw some giant D-cell batteries in there, and and it really does do the thing. So the motors still work, and the lights still work, and everything happens there.
Mad love for the. Oh, nice.
All right, here we go, and he's bringing it over to the big camera. We're gonna make some space.
How much does that cost
I was
when
going
you
to say,
got
this
it?
was a big deal, I think.
That's a
in
good question.
1980.
Art, do you have any idea how much that thing? Any idea how much?
Can
that
I
thing
guess?
Cost?
I don't know what
in
the
the
price
80s.
was, and I'd love to look up to see what a 1980 AT-AT was going for at the time.
Originally,
I'm gonna
yeah.
say it was about. I'm gonna say 50 maybe.
I don't think toys were that expensive.
All
back
right, so
then.
it's 25.
So there's only one button on
I'm
it.
going
and I'm gonna put it
35.
right up to the
All right.
microphone. You can see it and hear it.
What is this?
Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Look at the head movement. Look at it. It's just like he's 30 years old, but he
And-
still looks 10.
And I'm sorry, your name again was
Michael.
Michael. So this is the shit we had in 1980.
Oh
You're
my
playing.
So
what
this
is
was
it,
as good as
Fallout?
the toys got.
What's the game you're playing?
Fallout 4.
You're playing Fallout 4. This is me.
We had to use something called our
Imagination.
imagination, and that's how life was. No, put it right there.
Now, how much would that be now, adjusted for inflation?
I bet you. I honestly believe that if he put that on like an eBay or something like that, or went to a con and tried to sell it, I bet you he could get $200 for it because it's
That's really cool.
especially something working.
Yeah.
Certainly it would be worth more in the box, but you can't put a price on 35 years of playing with a Star Wars toy.
No. Wow.
Now, do you have any merch from the new movie?
No, not yet.
You haven't bought the
No.
BB-8 or
I
anything like
wanted
that?
to. I was
Yeah?
so tempted
Okay.
to.
All right. Is it a cost situation that?
It's employment situation.
Yeah, that damn employment. Thanks, Obama. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got hired at a place. I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, I got hired somewhere, so I got to save up money for
Good
Christmas
for
and things
you.
like that.
Good for you. Well, you got to think of others at this time of year. I
Yeah.
understand that. Yeah, it makes sense. What are you doing there? That thing's gonna fall over and smash the consoles and wreck everything. There you go. That's gonna
And-
completely.
The AT-AT doesn't get much. It doesn't get out much. I gotta
There
say,
you
it's the
go.
first time it's
All
left
right.
the house since I moved from home and moved to Orlando.
Where does that actually stay when it's not?
It's
here?
got a toy box that it stays in with all the other Star Wars toys. It
A
does. It's
toy
a big.
box.
It's like a big toy chest.
Oh.
And is it a?
Like from Toy Story?
Let me.
Exactly. It is exactly like
But they don't
Andy's.
come to life.
Yeah.
Is this a toy chest that your girls are not allowed to get near?
No, actually, they a couple of years ago.
Reese Riley, get away from that thing!
A couple of years ago, my daughters were at the age and they were watching the Star Wars movies, and I didn't give them. I just said, you guys can play with these if you want.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
If you
they're
want.
cool. They'll play with that stuff, and they do.
yeah.
I just can't stop.
I like that everything is articulated about that, so you can articulate the head up and down and side to side.
I mean, other than the stickers, I got to believe you could have almost used this in the movie, right?
2 axes of motion there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Wait, you mean
that's high tech.
I can do left, right, and up and down?
Up and
I'll
down.
do it.
Do the legs move?
They do.
Of course they move.
They're
But you have to stop motion animation.
here's the problem. The legs are supposed to sound like this, and they step. But unfortunately, the front legs,
Not so
they're
much.
getting weak.
all
They're getting
worn
weak
out.
now. Yeah.
All worn out.
So, it's like when you have a pet for a really long time. You gotta like take it slow. But
And then
I gotta
put
say,
it down.
So, Art, what does that transform into?
it transforms into. I'm gonna go now.